Hello, hello, and welcome back to Hurricane Alley as the team and I prepare to board up the windows, ignore the evacuation notice, and ride out a storm of shit in Perfidious Pete Plays XCOM 2. And just take a look at this, because this is a true shitstorm right here. We are right in the eye of the old turd tornado. And, you know, I'd love to be able to say I'm confused by people who ignore evacuation warnings, but you know what? This mission, I think it's kind of put me in their heads a little bit. I think I understand how they're working now. I understand how their machine works. I mean, objectively, ignoring an evacuation notice, this is a foolish thing to do. You shouldn't do that. They don't issue those warnings because they think it'll be funny to ruin your weekend barbecue plans. They issue those warnings because, hey, a giant goddamn hurricane is coming and you could totally die. Fortunately, you have the option of not just standing in front of the hurricane like an asshole. You can get your kids, get your shit, get in the car, and go spend the weekend at Grandma's in Hooterville. Yeah, Hooterville sucks. It's a one-horse little shitburg up in southern Arkansas. So small it doesn't even have a Starbucks. And yes, going to a tractor pull will probably be the stupidest way you've ever spent a Saturday night. And yes, the locals all have really squinty eyes and disturbingly small hands that creep you out. But you know what Hooterville doesn't have? It doesn't have 140-mile-per-hour winds and 25-foot storm surges. That's what it doesn't have. Your weekend at Grandma's is gonna suck, yes, but getting a house dropped on your head like the Wicked Witch of the West, that's gonna suck a hell of a lot more. Just pack up and go already. That's what the warning is for. And this is that. This stupid shitty mess right here. I get it. I mean, we should totally evacuate. It's the only sensible thing to do. But it's just flat out stubbornness, man. I don't have it in me. And yes, you're saying stubbornness, Pete. Don't you mean hubris? Yes, I do. There's no small amount of that included. But there's just something satisfying on sort of an emotional level of being willing to look up at this cloudy sky, give it the finger, and say, bring it, shit birds, do your worst. I ain't moving. And yeah, I'm gonna do it. And yes, I fully expect to end this episode with my feet sticking out from under a house and some dirt farming bitch from Kansas stealing my shoes. And I'm still gonna do it. I'm still gonna do it. So let's get back to work. Dorothy, the original shoe thief. Alright, so, Baby Maker, you can only see this Archon. Really, nobody can see anything except for our little friend up here. This Andromedon shell is, for the nonce at least, on Team XCOM. I kind of feel like we should take advantage of him. Can we get you up here to take a poke at this gatekeeper? Also, fuck this gatekeeper, by the way. I'm gonna straight up call this is horse shit. This gatekeeper, yeah, you can eat all of the dick, gatekeeper. Here we go then. So we can run. We should be able to put a slime trail in front of this guy to cut him off. No. Can we punch the gatekeeper? We have a terrible chance of punching him. I'm still gonna do it. We want this Andromedon shell up in the forward. Man, that guy has a shit ton of armor. And an absolute fucking metric buttload of health, too. Helen Keller's all banged up. This is what has me worried more than anything else. The fact that Helen Keller is so grievously injured. Alright, Baby Maker, you could theoretically take down this Archon, and if you could take him down, that might be good enough. If we can get everything out of line of sight, everything except for the hacked shell, I think we might be okay. So give me a little pistol fire here. Is that man dead? Still has 2 health. Now, we could put Yuri on Overwatch and trust that man to burn to death, but I cannot trust the burning to do 2 damage, so I'm taking another pistol shot. Yeah, Pete, Yuri, look at this. 1, 2, 3. He dodged this. I see that Pete dodged this. He's just like Trinity in movie. It's so good, Pete. It's so good. Now, the question is, what do we do here? We could run and gun. Do I think I can one-shot kill that Muton with a Jake Busey bullet? Kinda no. The answer is sorta no. And we also have an opportunity with the Casanova here for some Void Rift, maybe? I can only see one enemy. Yeah, I know I can reload. I actually just want to... What is it that I can see? That Muton. Where could I drop a Void Rift, potentially? I mean, it's not going to do anything to that gatekeeper. Can I hit both these? Now, this I like. You know what? Yeah, do that. Feel the void. You tell him, Casanova. Go get him, Atlas King. You my boy. You know what would be real nice here, Atlas King? Like a triple mind control action would be absolutely fucking astounding. If we could pull that off, I would I'd say that I would kiss you, but I always kind of want to kiss you. I don't know how to trump that. So whatever that power was missed, and that's literally all we're going to get out of the Void Rift, huh? So as soon as one of his effects fail, they all fail? That's sort of bullshit. I don't like this at all, because now Atlas King is visible to the enemy. Okay, you know, that was a bit of a gamble that definitely did not pay off. We cannot cluster up against this Gatekeeper. This is something that we simply cannot do and cannot allow. Clustering against the Gatekeeper makes everybody dead. We have to stay as dispersed as it is possible to stay. I'd really love to destroy this guy's cover without killing one of my own. Jake Busey is over there, Lincoln. You know he's over there. Also, where are you trying to launch this specifically? There's like a tiny little spot here that isn't a train wreck for Busey. That's really going to open up line of sight, though. And also, it's going to do really minimal damage. And that Muton can't really see anybody. That could be a bad move. An 82% shot here is not terrible. Do we have anybody who could take a follow-up with that guy? You can't see him. Master Chef Busey could hit him with the old dine and dash if we needed to. Helen Keller, we've got to get Keller to some better cover. She can't take another hit. We could combat protocol him. That's an idea that may have some merit. Or we could dash in, finish him off with Jake Busey, and have him take an implacable move. But I also really want a Mimic Beacon down this turn, too. If nothing else, we got to protect Atlas King. Alright, let's do this. We'll take this shot. We could have launched the grenade and taken the shot, but getting one hit on a guy, I kind of feel like is not necessarily worth the expenditure of the grenade. It seems like a bad investment from a grenade perspective. Busey, you're going to have to toss the Mimic, so that brings you over here. I hate having you visible as much as you hate being visible, rest assured. If we cluster up like that, the Gatekeeper kills. I mean, he could hit like 5 of us where we're standing right now. That Gatekeeper can absolutely do that. We need people to be not visible to the Gatekeeper. But there's just no way. We can't engineer that. There's no way for us to engineer that at this point. So, let's do this. Stovepipe? No. Yes, Master Chef Busey, you get the aid protocol. This enhances your defensibility and gives you a threat assessment overwatch shot, which I have a feeling you're going to need. Then we go for the combat protocol. We jolt. Man, when these guys get shielded, that's really going to suck. Also, we cannot see that Muton. How can we not see that Muton? I am exceedingly confused by that. All right, well, no time to fool about then. If we can't see the Muton, we got to hedge our bets. If we can't see that Muton, we got to draw all the aggression we can draw with the Mimic Beacon. So we're going to double up on the Mimic Beacon. Jake Busey, you still have your threat assessment overwatch shot. Get your beacon way, way, way out there. In fact, throw it right in front of the Muton if you would. There you go. Perfect. And that just leaves little Helen Keller. Man, I hate to do this to you, Helen Keller. I do not feel good about this decision in the slightest. And I'm still going to do it. Because if you can kill that Muton, that's one less enemy to shoot at our pair of Mimic Beacons. Between the Andromedon shell that we still have control of and the pair of Mimic Beacons, we ought to be able to come out of this okay. God, this is such a hurricane of crap. All of this is so awful. I'm not good. I feel terrible about this mission. Please kill that Andromedon shell. Do something to fuck with him, Gatekeeper. Like, cleave him or probe him with your tentacles. Whatever it is, you're gonna completely fucking ignore him, aren't you? Yep, okay, well, that's fine. And Jake Busey's Overwatch shot is a monstrously huge miss. That's terrible. On the plus side, the Gatekeeper did walk through the Andromedon shell's acid and didn't one-shot a Mimic Beacon. It has 1 health left. Is the double Mimic Beacon gonna be enough to save the day? Will this be enough to see us through? I mean, we got, what, 3 more enemies and 2 more potential shots here? Also, why are you guys fucking constantly ignoring this Andromedon shell? He's right there, man! I know you're obligated to shoot at the Mimic Beacon if you can see it, but this guy is fucking the easiest shot. He's not on your team. He's in the open. Take a crack at him. Take a crack, man. Come on, make a move. Well, these guys are clustering up nicely and running through acid because apparently they're ignoring the Andromedon's acid, so we are getting a little mileage out of that. Interesting. Okay. We got a lot of work to do here and not a lot of time to do it. Master Chef Busey, you're definitely not going firsties. Oh, Helen Keller, I really fucking wish you had some bullets in your gun, girl. Alright. So let's do this. There are so many enemies clustered in this pile, we can't not take advantage of the chance to do some catastrophic damage. And if I have to ignore an enemy here, you can bet your sweet little hairy ass, Helen Keller. And yeah, Helen Keller's a hirsute lady. What's wrong with that? I like a girl with a full natural look. But you can bet your sweet hairy ass, Helen Keller. We could have Helen Keller drop another grenade. Yeah, you know what? That's it. I'm burning it. Double grenades. It's fine. Double grenade action. This is what we need. Grenade! Helen Keller doesn't have bullets. We don't have a thing that gives her an automatic reload. If we can't reload it for free, I say to hell with it. We'll back it up. We'll go grenade on grenade. That gets us a kill, puts two guys in a really bad spot, and shreds the holy living shit out of our little gatekeeper friend there. All right, Lincoln, what do you got? No, give me honest Abe. I don't give a shit about any of these guys. Well, actually, I do give a shit about that Andromedon. And that I should have moved the Andromedon into the grenade pile first. That would have been a better move on my part. Let's have the Andromedon shell come over here and punch the holy living shit out of this guy. Oh, civilian, you have just made a very bad decision, and I'm sorry. This guy's fist strike, how is the hit percentage on this thing so goddamn terrible? Have we, you know, I'm not sure I've actually, I was just gonna say, we've been punched by an Andromedon a bunch of times, but now that I think about it, I'm not sure that's true. Alright, Stovepipe, you got the chain shot, right? What's your chance on the gatekeeper? I don't give a shit about that Muton. It's double 68s. Alright, well, first things first, we've sort of been fully on board with going all the way to Grenade Town. Let's not back off on that shit now. Let's keep the Grenade Town train a-rolling. Here comes another salvo shot from Honest Abe. This one is for the hat that I lost last mission. My hat will be avenged.
Contacts pacified.
Yeah, he pacified the shit out of him, Honest Abe. That's 2 dead. And here comes a salvo chain shot. Do I want to take a salvo chain shot here, or would I rather just have the guaranteed damage? 83% actually is by no means a guarantee, Pete. It's actually kind of a long shot. Baby Maker, if we have you go for the pistol, you're gonna have a couple good shots here. Yeah, do it. I mean, it ain't getting any better. We could have you reload and do effectively nothing. Sorry, Pete. Sight is pulling a little to the left. Yeri has used the pistol quite a bit. His pistol is getting hot, Pete. It does not run out of ammunition, but it's like Mass Effect pistol, Pete. It have heat thing, even though that makes no fucking sense whatsoever. Mass Effect does not use actual bullets. It's all about heat management, because this is sensible thing. Do we want to have Jake Busey in half cover? Yes, we do. Also, I'd like to point out the other thing that has me, you know, concerned, I guess. Why is this? Your defense rating is just objectively ridiculous, son. You get plus 28 from range, and you're still 67% to... Well, I mean, come on, Busey. It's time to stand and deliver here. I asked, and Busey delivered. That was... Oh, all right, Jake Busey, don't get too free. Be like, oh, Jake, you know that was good, dog. You're right, Jake Busey. I know that was good. That was a beautiful thing that you did there. It was a remarkable act of singular beauty. Finally. Other problem though, we still got a long way to go on this map, and we got 7 turns to get there. That's the other thing I'd just like to throw out, sort of into the void, kind of a for your own edification sort of moment here. Yeah, I don't care about the friendly fire. We're gonna have to kill that fucking Andromedon shell anyway, because it ain't gonna stay hacked forever. Atlas King's cover is definitely substandard, but with Steve Irwin on the job, we have a reasonable chance of taking out that Andromedon shell. So Steve, you still gotta move. Stovepipe, you have literally just a move. Do I want to take you to the rooftop? I kind of do.
Moving to position.
Master Chef has an implacable move. You know what? If somebody's going to get shot, I'd prefer it to not be Master Chef Busey. Let's implacable him the hell out of the road. Carol? I really don't know what to do with you. Let's run you around here. There can't, at this point, be more fucking enemies on this map. We have to have done... I mean, our due diligence is done. There's no more diligence to be done. We've done it all. 80% on the shell. I will take the shot. I think that thing is going to come off of our mind control this turn. I'll take the 8 damage. Whatever it's going to do, we're just going to have to be comfortable with letting it do. If it comes to take a poke, it is still hacked, huh? Does that just last forever, then? There's got to be like a timer or a cooldown or something on that. So we got 6 turns. What the hell could possibly still be between us and the exit? Where is the exit, by the way? Over here. We got a lot of ground to cover. All right. Andromedon shell. I say blaze a trail to the evac zone, but I don't want you crossing a trail with acid so that literally there's no pathway for me to get around it without running through that shit. So let's maybe not do that. Although I think I may have just cut off Atlas King. I gotta have you go deep in the event that there is something back here. Or at least, just as we move forward, I want you to get the hell away from us. Water tiles seem to be immune to acid. Intriguing. We could be able to use this to our advantage if somebody is covered with that same acid. So do we just make a break for it? Is that the most insane plan of all time, or is it the most ingenious plan of all time? Also, do we do that first with Kelly Carroll? I mean, let's face it, if somebody's got to take a shot here, having that somebody be Kelly Carroll would not necessarily be the worst idea of all time. We don't need the engineer. We really don't need Carol at all. She provides nothing, no asset to the pro. You know what? Yeah, let's... I think we just haul ass. I don't see any compelling reason to not just run like hell. Other than that Andromedon shell is still over there and still potentially gonna get loose at any moment. That's a problem. Also, the fact that Helen Keller has no bullets is a serious problem as well. We gotta fix that. Keller, you gotta reload. And we have to be supremely careful with how we have Helen Keller move, because one tick of acid damage, one tick of fire damage, one bad AI path, and Helen Keller is dog food. So yeah, we're gonna be real friggin' careful about that shit. I do not want Helen Keller. You're immune to fire, acid, and poison, are you, Atlas King? No, you haven't mastered that ability yet. You're in the process of becoming immune to fire, acid, poison, and explosions, but you ain't there yet. You almost tricked me, XCOM. You almost tricked me, but I caught on at the last second. Stovepipe, you got a clear shot to get around. Let's get you not in acid, if possible.
Double time.
And I think you're our last man to go. That's an unusual path, but remarkable agility from a man as aged as yourself, Lincoln. That's...
Got it covered.
Okay, you're no longer hacked. This guy shouldn't be able to do anything. Double moving him away from us, he should not be fast enough to move and attack this turn. Also, we have Overwatch from Steve Irwin because, okay, well, I mean, 2 damage is 2 damage.
Just in sight.
No way does this guy get to punch somebody, too. Okay, if he had gotten a shot off with the fist, I would have been... You know, to say that I would have been furious would be a dramatic understatement. I would have been beyond fury. Beyond Fury, by the way, the title of Nicholas Fury's autobiography. Nick Fury, Beyond Fury. So we need to get 3 damage on this guy. We have 5 turns. We're close enough to the evac zone that we can probably make it in 2. Busey, let's move you behind this trash can.
No problem, boss.
And I think we just... You know, I want to get everybody else away from this Andromedon because the fact that it ran right into the middle of us has me a little... I don't want to say I'm scared, but you know what? Fuck it. It's a real man that admits when he's scared. And I'm scared. I'm scared, Sarge. I'm scared about what this guy can do. Gotta run. I'm scared, Sarge. So you know what? I'm just going to get the hell away from it. Before we move... Let's get the hell out of Dodge. I don't want it exploding in some kind of ridiculous spray or cloud of acid. That would be bad. Honestly, I feel like we should move Helen Keller before we shoot it, just in case it cuts Keller off. You're not running through acid at any point along this path, are you, Helen? No. Okay, we'll do that then.
Got it covered.
Don't you step in a puddle of sludge. I know you can't see the sludge, Keller, so this is a remarkable challenge for you, and I'm sorry to have to ask it, but I can see that once again, Helen Keller, you know, she's up to the challenge. We throw challenges at her, but Helen Keller, she meets every single one, and she doesn't just get the job done. She gets it done with grace and poise. That's the kind of woman Helen Keller is. So we've got more than enough adequate damage that we can bring this thing down.
Here I come.
Or, worst case scenario, Stace it. Why did you run through... I don't know what you're all about. Kelly Carroll? Can we get you to the roof? No, but we can get you close. We'll move your ass, Carol. I can't believe we're still trying to save you, by the way. So what can we hack here? And what does this do?
Attempting infiltration.
We do want to check just to see if possibly we're looking at maybe another hacking bonus for Steve Irwin, which would be absolutely astounding. Video feed, soldier vision increase. That's garbage. I'm honestly not concerned enough about that, I think, to even bother with hacking it. It's a very shitty, kind of pointless bonus. Alright, Busey. Can't miss. Good. Kill this man. One less problem. I got 99 well, that's a lie. I got 199 problems, but that Andromedon shell ain't one. Also, Jake Busey can still run after he takes that shot, so let's get him the hell over here with his implacable move, even closer to the exit for all Jake Busey. Steve, I think we do the same thing with you. We gotta get gone. We're like those wildlings fleeing south. We gotta get as far south as south goes. You know what, Casanova, reload. Stovepipe. I'd say we could overwatch, but I don't feel like it's necessary. We haven't encountered reinforcements yet, but they won't show up. They could drop the thing here, but we would still have a chance to ambush them before they arrive. There is another fucking pod back there? This is goddamn unbelievable. This is goddamned unfucking believable is what this is. Yeah, I'm sorry about the loot, but let's face it, that shit was never gonna last. Alright, first things first. Carol is in a terrible... Alright, Kelly, get the fuck out of here. We need to get you gone, girl. We need to get you gone, girl, like a shitty movie. Yeah, Gone Girl was a novel. Yeah. You know what? The novel was also kind of shitty. We got to get you gone, girl. Go be my Hillary Swank, even though I don't think Hillary Swank was actually in there. It was Ben Affleck and somebody else. It wasn't Hillary Swank. I don't know who it was. Honestly, I don't really care.
VIP is secure.
That's good. The VIP is secure. So if we have Steve Pokemon Irwin take a hack at one of these heavy mechs, he's going to have, I won't say a good chance, but at least a respectable chance. Jake Busey also would have a respectable shot here. Is any of this cover? This is cover. Jake Busey with a critical from that shotgun could do some really good work for us. We got to be real careful with Helen Keller. Keller is in a tough spot. You know what, Keller? You're in a tough enough spot that I actually don't even want you over in this shit, because those guys have AoE effects, and one little rain of grenades ends Helen Keller's run for all eternity. I'm not cool with that. Yuri? What can you do with a rifle shot here? Double 99s from the rapid fire would be really good if we could get rid of that dude's armor. It's basically a guaranteed kill. I'm not that worried about the shield bearer. Void Lance is on cooldown. Soulfire does nothing. We could stasis a guy. And we can stasis a robot, I think. I just want to make sure before I commit to this. Robots are valid targets for this? Yes. So we need to kill one robot, stasis the other, and then worst case scenario, we could always ignore shield bearer, although we may not have to. How's this look? This looks good? Looks good to me, Abe. What do you think? I concur, Pete. This is a just and forthright decision. This will result in the death of our foes. The human populace, Pete, must be preserved at all cost. We must preserve humanity. So here we're going to salvo into a chain shot. That kills that heavy mech. No, I'm not taking a risk on anything. At this point, if I'm going to take the shot, it's going to be the double slam dunk. I want that mech dead. Now all we got to do is kill that elite shield bearer and throw a stasis at the other shitbird. And we cool, dog. We cool.
X-ray neutralized.
You don't want to neutralize your X-rays. I mean, it dramatically reduces the effect of the actual X-ray. We did lose our rapid fire chance here for Yuri, but we could have him come forward and pistol up. Stasis. I just want to make sure the stasis is still on the table. Whatever I do, I don't want to forego the chance at the stasis. Also, Steve, is there another spot up here that's also covered? Not that you can get to on a single move. You know, Master Chef Busey, if you come up here and get a kill, you could also then just run away. Is Busey gonna kill that shield bearer? Almost certainly. We gotta be thinking here. I gotta make good decisions. I haven't. I'm just gonna be fully honest here. I'm actually pretty fucking astounded that we've come as far on this mission as we have. I fully expected at least Helen Keller to die here. The fact that it looks like we've got a chance to maybe get out of this one without losing Helen Keller, I'm not gonna lie, I'm feeling pretty good about myself. Pretty damn good. Here comes the face-off for Yuri. We're gonna get a lot of damage and mileage out of Yuri here, too. Enjoy that, Mr. Robot. Mr. Shield Bearer, a little bit of sun for you. Is that guy on fire?
That armor's tough.
Well, his armor's tough. He's not tough enough to burn, apparently. So Busey kills a man. Casanova potentially kills or stasis is what's left. I'm okay with this. I think we can do this. Jake Busey with the close range shot from his shred cannon here with the EMP rounds. If this doesn't miss, that mech is dead. Yep, there's 12 damage. Not even a critical. Nice shot, by the way, Master Chef. Man, the Businator. The Buse is definitely loose on this mission. Homeboy has been unstoppable. You know what? I'm actually going to engage in a little Temesis here. He's been unfriggin' stoppable. Unshitting stoppable. Casanova Frankenstein, we could feed you a kill, but if I'm going to feed anybody kills, I'd kind of rather that be Steve Irwin, who can still benefit from EXP. Whereas Casanova is down there just, 82%. I will risk it. If worst case scenario comes through, we can always just have our Psyker murder this man. Crikey, Pete. One shot a sectopod, mate. You seem to be forgetting. Stay there when one shot at a sectopod. Oh, yeah, you know what? I forgot how to talk there for a minute. Steve Irwin has become the highest ranked trooper in the XCOM project. This only seems appropriate. Hey, goddamn right, mate. One shot a sectopod. Who the hell else is going to have lead this ragtag band of misfits victory bloke? So everybody can make it. Helen Keller, as soon as you get to the evac zone, you are leaving. Marines, we are leaving. Yeah, that's right. I've gone full Hicks. You don't have to wake me up. I'm not sleeping in a chair. Helen Keller, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, the problem is not only are you going to be out of here for this mission, you're going to be out of here for like the next 5 because you're hurt for 1 trillion years. This is not good. Yuri, you already had an ignominious injury. Let's get you to safety. Honest Abe, let's get you the hell out of here as well. Abe, can you make it to that tile? Yes, go stand it. Steve, you're going to have more than enough movement. Master Chef, you're good. Casanova, let's get you the hell out of here as well. Man, we really pulled that one together. We really did. All credit, by the way, goes to the Mimic Beacon. The Mimic Beacon is definitely going to be the MVP of this mission. Those Mimic Beacons we threw that got the enemy to cluster up like that so we could hit them with like 17 grenades in a row when that Gatekeeper showed its stupid, ugly face. I mean, that was a big win for us. And also the fact that we were able to have Jake Busey put a shotgun in its mouth and blow the shit out of it with a timely critical certainly didn't suck. So a little combination of luck, stupidity, and far more fortune than a man deserves has carried us through this without a single actual death. Sure, Helen Keller is going to be missing an ear and probably not able to fuck anymore after this mission because she got wrecked up but good. But still, you know, there's more to life than sex. Helen Keller, it's fine. Although if you take sex away from Helen Keller, it doesn't really leave her a lot. Blind, deaf, no sex. I mean, jeez. It's a tough road to hoe, Helen Keller. You're a better woman than I am. Better woman than I am. All right, so rating excellent. You know what? Even though a soldier got wounded this time, I'm okay with the excellent rating. You're right. This time, we did in fact do an excellent job. That mission was straight up bullshittery. Of course, the Mimic Beacon decoy was the most under fire. Let's take a look. 94.4% successful. That is just wrong. This number is straight up fucking wrong. Average damage per attack, 8.32. Enemies killed per turn, just under 2. I don't even look at the average cover bonus because I honestly don't know what that means. Jake Busey, the Master Chef, making the most attacks. Yuri doing the most damage. Yuri making the most attacks. Well, of course Jake Busey dealt the most damage and moved the furthest. He's a ranger. I gotta say, by the way, Atlas, that Void Rift was a little underwhelming, buddy. I was expecting a little more mileage out of that, champ. A little more mileage. I was kind of counting on Void Rift to be my go-to move when the enemies came at us with like 8 trillion guys in a box. If not necessarily for the damage, all the damage is nice, but more along the lines of just getting some status effects on all those enemies. But if it fails when the first status effect fails, that really kind of sucks. That means one bad roll at the start of it, and you're not getting shit out of that Void Rift.
Impressive work, Commander. The aliens are probably still wondering what hit them.
Well, you know, it was Steve Irwin and the boys. And speaking of Steve Irwin, goddamn right, mate. Speaking of Steve Irwin, what the hell else are you going to talk about? So, Steve Irwin got combat, he got aim, hunker down. Okay, well, that's completely worthless. Boy, it's fantastic to find your hidden ability at the absolute last possible rank and moment, and then also having it be hunker down, which is straight up shit. Restoration, Gremlin fights to each squad member, healing or reviving them as needed. I mean, that seems really good. It's good enough that I'm thinking about taking it, even though I absolutely love capacitor discharge, because it's fucking amazing. It hurts robots, stuns all potential nearby enemy units, and robotic units take a shitload of damage. Capacitor discharge is good, I'm not gonna lie, but restoration, that's a big damn deal. That's healing when we ordinarily would not otherwise have access to heal. I'm torn. Is this a dance with the one that brung you moment, Pete? Yeah, crikey, mate, that's what I did with me high school sweetheart. Dance with the one I brung her. Dance with me Sheila their whole life, and I gotta say, gave me 2 wonderful children and a great life, Pete. Dance with the one that brung you, mate. Dance with the one that brung you. Also, the missus, man, she's a mank in a sack, Pete. I'm telling you, she's shaggy rotten, mate. You'll be glad she did. Dance with the one that brung you. All right, you convinced me, Steve. Your tale of romance and a life well lived has convinced me that I should dance with the one that brung me. Plus, I know how capacitor discharge works. I mean, it's not rocket science. I get revive. But I've experience with capacitor discharge. I think I would use it more responsibly. With great power comes great responsibility, and I'm not the most responsible individual, so it's best to give me a medium level of power and just trust me to be somewhat moderately responsible. Sad about Helen Keller. Codex Brain, I mean, alright. We also picked up 20 intel, and Kelly Carroll is fucking safe at home. Boy, I'm glad we risked life and limb and injury to Helen Keller to bring you back. Engineer lady who we have absolutely no use for.
Continue to bolster the resistance movement.
Yeah, I'm glad you're glad, Optimus Prime. Also, man, whatever the shit you're using on your head, man, you gotta cut that shit back. Are you turtle waxing it? Is that armor all? What the hell? Is that just your natural oil, Optimus Prime? I mean, if that's your natural oil, dude, you should hire yourself out to, like, XCOM as a lubrication expert and just be like, nah, scrape it off my dome, man. It's cool. We can keep every machine in the world lubricated with this. It's basically anchovy oil. Yes, that was a Futurama drop. It was an obscure one, but still. It's a kind of roundabout, half-assed, backwards way. But I made it. All right, Kelly Carroll. Well, welcome to XCOM. Here's your shovel. There's nothing good about this project. I told you, Carroll, I didn't need you. You say, oh no, I'm here, I want to work, I want to be a part of the Resistance. Literally the one job I have for you involves you and a shovel in this room full of garbage, so you ask for it. Don't say I never gave anything. Sometimes it sucks to get everything you always wanted, doesn't it? Huh? Let's take a quick peep. I'm curious how long Helen Keller's going to be injured for. 24 days, that's a bit. We do have Tara Moose Juice Reed, who I don't want to say fill in because no one can replace a woman as amazing as Helen Keller. But Tara Moose Juice Reed, we can probably rely on her for maybe a mission or two, long enough to get Keller on her feet. And also at this point, I mean, shit, what choice do we have? None, that's what. Just like I have no choice but to wrap this episode up because I'm out of shit to say. If you enjoyed it, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Of course, your support does really mean a lot. And if you'd like to see more XCOM action, consider subscribing as well. Post new episodes every single day. Right now, however, I'm going to go peel the boards off the windows, put my hands on my hips, and glare off into the tatters of clouds that are slowly dissipating over the horizon, knowing that that evacuation order didn't mean shit, and that I'm better than the government and everyone who told me I was a fool to not leave. I'll see you again soon.